Now, Wine Wednesday, sponsored by The Lodge at Columbia Point.
It is Wine Wednesday, and we return to Moonbase Cellars with owners Drew and Lane Pock. Last week, we talked about their journey from Missouri to Walla Walla. And finally, it was time to try their first vintage, but Mother Nature stepped in to make it even more memorable. So your first vintage, when you popped it open, how did that feel when you took in the aroma of your first vintage?
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh my God, I can't believe we did this, you know? Even great scores. I mean, we got a lot of good scores and things. You're like, oh my, good feedback. And it's just like, oh my goodness, I just didn't know that you could do it, I guess. I don't know.
You were so nervous going in. I just remember up until like bottling, and our first bottling, it was a fiasco because it was like in the middle of a huge snowstorm. But we had devoted friends, we had family come in from Seattle, we had, you know, a great group of people to help us do the bottling, and I just remember it being so emotional to have like our first bottle and just be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened in the middle of snowpocalypse too. It's just insane.
Yeah, six years worth of work, if you will, of planning, and there it is, And
then you're off and running.
And then you're off and running,
And Moonbase Cellars has continued to run with a beautiful tasting room in downtown Walla Walla and using a vast variety of grapes to give their wine its unique flavor. I asked Drew what would be one of his biggest goals for the winery, and obviously he's a big fan of Elon Musk.
One plan is to, hey, let's get some wine to Elon. I think that'd be kind of cool. And maybe
get it to the moon.
Get it to the moon, you know, I think that would be pretty
natural.
Cool. You know, people are like, oh, we should grow grapes up there. I'm like, that'd be tricky. You know, I think we grow grapes here, we make wine here, we got it kind of figured out, and then we just bring it to the moon. I think that's the answer. And yeah, if our bottle happens to be the first bottle on the moon, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be a good legacy. You're right.
Yeah.
All right, well,
you got to watch your swirls on the moon, right? Less gravity, so if you're swirling, just got to be careful on the moon.
It might just go straight up.
It's going to go everywhere.
All right, well, to the first wine on the moon.
Hey, there we go.
So head down to downtown Walla Walla and enjoy their out-of-this-world wine at Moonbase Cellars.